dong merrily a-lying, and the bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily the sky is ringed with angels singing.
It was November 1979. My wife Lara had died in September. Christmas at Thornhill Road was going to be a particularly difficult time. Perhaps a change of scene would be a good idea. So I booked a week's trip over Christmas for the three of us to the Soviet Union as it then was. Other Christmas trips were to follow in the next 2 years. But back to 1979, on December the 22nd, Thomas, William and I flew to Leningrad as it then was. It was chilly, immense and grand, spectacular, especially by night. I did this the day after we arrived, stepping off a bus into the gutter, quickly and efficiently attended to by a Soviet doctor and nurse and given crutches. By the next day I'd recovered. There were usually at least 2 in-tourist guides, one to lead and one, reputedly KGB, to trail. They were always charming and educated, though inflexible in their faith in Soviet statistics. The music is the anthem of the Soviet Union, Brezhnev's version as recorded in 1977. Today's Russian anthem has recycled the music but changed the words. We went to the Bolshoi and the Moscow State Circus, both wonderful to such high standards. I don't normally like ballet, but this was different. Zagorsk, the name I knew it by, is some 40 miles from Moscow, the religious centre of Russia. Even at the time we were there, in the depths of the Soviet era, there were monks and nuns to be seen, and services were held in its famous monastery. Zagorsk is a fairyland, especially in winter, surpassing even the Kremlin. For Christmas 1980, we decided on Sicily. I don't remember why we chose Sicily, apart from the fact that we'd never been there. It ought to be warmer than the Soviet Union. I hired a car and drove around the island more or less clockwise, stopping when we felt like stopping. We did our best to drive up Mount Etna, but the snow got too deep. The cathedral at Syracuse is astonishing, especially if you see it before reading the guidebook. From the outside it looks like, well, an Italian cathedral, but step inside and you find yourself in a Greek temple more or less intact, dating from the 5th century BC. South-eastern Sicily has some wonderful Baroque towns, such as Ragusa Ibla and even more so Noto, all thanks to the devastating earthquake of 1693, which flattened everything at architecturally just the right time. You soon begin to feel that Sicily has more and better Greek remains than Greece itself. For Christmas 1981, we settled on Crete, and we'd take our bicycles. I'd cycled around the Peloponnese on my own in the early autumn of 1980, so I knew it could be done. Crete was as far south as you could get while still remaining in Europe, so perhaps it would be warmer than Sicily. We had to fly to Athens, then change planes for Heraklion. It was Christmas Eve. Athens airport was in turmoil. The flight was overbooked, but somehow we squeezed through crowds of frustrated and angry Greeks, checked in our bicycles and got on the plane. Our route, starting from Heraklion, we cycled to the south coast at Matala, stopping to see Knossos and Phaistos on the way, then still on the south coast to Iagalini, then up through the mountains via Spili to Rethymnon on the north coast, then west as far as Chania, then to Souda for the ferry, from start to finish, 11 days.
Τα μάτια σου τα λαμπερά, τα δροσερά σου χείλη, τα μάτια σου τα...
The by now traditional Christmas swim on the south coast. This year it is on the 29th, not actually on Christmas Day. The sea temperature was almost bearable, and throughout our time in Crete we were very lucky with the weather. Sunshine all day, rain and heavy rain only at night.
Παντοτινόν Απρίλη. Σαν τριαντάφυλλο τσαβγής, πότε ξεμπουμπουκιάζει. Σαν τριαντάφυλλο τσαβγής, πότε ξεμπουμπουκιάζει. Σγουρώ με λαχρινάκι μου, το πρόσωπό σου μοιάζει, το πρόσωπό σου μοιάζει. Σγουρώ με λαχρινάκι μου κι άγριο λουλουδό μου.
We met this couple on the road above Chania. They'd cycled from Switzerland, which rather put us in our place.
Πώς να σε βάλω στο λαιμό, να σε έχω φυλακτό μου, να σε έχω φυλακτό μου.
From Souda, we took the ferry back to Athens, but Athens was riven by strikes and the airport was closed. However, long-term friends living in Athens, Douglas and Betty, put us up, or perhaps I should say, put up with us for a whole week before we were able to return home.
keep us